Hi, my name is Kirstie and I have been accepted onto Disney's Cultural Representative Programme, and my programme will start next year in 2025 in April, and I cannot quite believe it. So in today's video I'm going to walk you through the process on how to apply, what the steps are, and how to create a really good application. So if that's interesting to you, I would love to take you on through this video. So the first place to start is with YummyJobs. If you are applying in the UK, YummyJobs are a middleman company who specialise in the pre-screen process. So the first port of call is creating an application with them. You want to make an account on their website, and they will ask you for your experience, they'll ask you for a cover letter and general information. So the general information is who you are. They don't care about your age, they don't care about any of those boring details. They just basically want to know who you are and what experience you have. So experience for this role will be things like any hospitality roles you've worked in. So if you've worked in a shop, if you've worked in a cafe or a pub or a restaurant or a bar, anything with the public. Those are the sort of roles that you need if you are looking to apply for this job. So for myself personally, I have I have a lot of experience working in hospitality. I have worked in shops, I've worked in a theatre, I've worked in restaurants, and I also have my own business. So anything that you can show that you have which has you working directly with people or in an industry where you are serving people is going to help you here. It doesn't matter if you've been doing this job for 10 years or 10 months. They just want to know what your job is, what experience you have, and how that will help you at your role with Disney World. Again, don't worry if you haven't got a lot of experience or if you have loads, as long as you can detail why your experience is valuable and what you will bring from that, that's all they want to know. So the next thing on your application with Yummy is going to be saying why you want this job, and this is in the form of a cover letter. I know cover letters sound really scary. You always hear about them being loads of pages long and fiddly and hard to write, but try not to get overwhelmed by this. So mine was about 1.5 pages long at the absolute most. I try not to go on too much with this, but if you're wanting to take this seriously, you don't want to do a too long cover letter, but you don't want to go too short either. You want to show YummyJobs that you are the person that they should interview and that you are the right person for this role. So if you are thinking about applying, I've got some tips for you on how to make a really good cover letter for Disney. So the first thing you want to include in your cover letter is who you are and a little bit about you. Your personality is the absolute main thing that you need to get across in your cover letter. If YummyJobs are looking at 10 people with the same experience, they're going to choose a person who has the most personality and who comes across like they are the perfect person for this role. Because at the end of the day, anyone can have worked somewhere for X amount of time, but there's only one of you and only one of your personality and only one version of you. So the absolute main tip I can suggest is to make your personality shine in a very natural, very subtle way. You don't want to have your CV pink with bells and whistles, but you do want it to sound like you. So for me, that means very, very relaxed. I made it formal in the sense where you are obviously applying for a job, but I tried to let my personality really shine through in here and make it seem like it was actually me talking in terms of the cover letter. So on your cover letter, you want to include a bit about you with your personality and then get straight through to your experience and what that means. So your experience could look like, as I mentioned before, anything from a cafe to a shop to a hotel to a theatre company like me, or just anything in between. Don't let your experience be the reason why you don't apply, because you don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they're looking for, and although you might think it's just working in a coffee shop, to them that could be customer service, it could be making someone happy, it could be giving that magical experience to someone's everyday normal routine, which is a good thing to add to your cover letter. So add in your experience and how that applies to you to make you different, because anyone can work in a coffee shop, but why are you special? Why are you different? Why has working in a coffee shop made you who you are? And why has that made you want to apply? And what can working in that coffee shop give you to take to Disney? That's very important. The next thing I would say is don't focus your whole letter on Disney. YummyJobs know that if you're applying for this job, it's because you love Disney. And most people, when they write their cover letter, focus this solely on Disney themselves and gush about how they love the park and the characters and how much it means to them. YummyJobs are going to know that already, and as tempting as it might be to just lay your heart on the line and say how Disney has changed your life, that unfortunately isn't going to get you to the next stage. Definitely touch on it a little bit, say how much you love Disney, but make it short and sweet, a couple of sentences, and then move on to the next point. The next point being, what are you going to bring to this program? Not experience-wise, but you-wise. What are you going to do in the pavilion that is going to make magic for people? What are you going to give? Because although the role is going to be either in the merch side or in the food and beverage side, what are you going to give that is different and special and magical for the guests? All of that is what you should put in your cover letter, and go in enough detail that they think that you are taking it seriously and that you know what you're saying, but don't ramble for too long. Try and keep it to 2 pages max, or like I said, mine was only 1.5 pages and I still felt that that was a little bit long. So don't ramble, keep it short and sweet, and put as much personality as you can into this letter, because this letter is the way in. Your interview with Yummy relies on this application, and in order to even get an interview with Disney, you have to make sure that your application with Yummy is good. So don't be scared about going for it, don't be scared about adding your personality in there, but do make sure that your letter is full of who you are. And then finally, you want to just make sure that everything is neat and organised and all together with a PDF. And then you submit it to YummyJobs, and then you have to just wait, which is the absolute worst part, because you have done all that you can do. Following on from this, you'll probably hear from YummyJobs in a few weeks to see whether or not you have made it through to the next stage. And when you get through to this stage with YummyJobs, they will offer you a handful of dates, and it's not as scary as you might originally think. It's just a big conversation with Yummy, and it's very relaxed, very informal, very happy. So once you've submitted your application, put it out of your mind, try and just focus on the fact that you've done a very big thing, you've applied. A lot of people don't apply and put it off for so long, and the worst thing that can happen is they say no, and you can go and get more experience, rework your letter, put some more time into it and try again next year. Lots of people try for this job multiple times. It's very rare that you get through in the first time. So if you do, that's amazing to be proud of. And if you don't, that's okay. There's no shame in trying again. But those are some tips on how to make a really good application with Yummy, and I really hope these tips work. Let me know if they do. I have another video going into my time at YummyJobs, my interview with a pre-screen. So if you are interested, I'd love to see you in the next video. But I hope you have an amazing day, and yeah, I hope to see you soon. Bye.